Hello everyone. In today's screencast, we're going to look at unfavored and favored views. In other words, we're looking to identify opinions. Favored, like favorite, you like it. It's the one you prefer. Unfavored is the one you don't like. When authors write, they often have a favored view, but sometimes they also tell us the opinions they do not agree with. That is an unfavored view. And this is the way writers present different views or opinions about an issue. And the way they do that is that they present the first view, which we call the common belief, which is usually not the author's view or opinion. It's the opposite one. It's the one everybody thinks or everyone believes, or it might be a view that other researchers believe. But it is not the author's view. The second view is usually the author's opinion. This is what we call the favored view. Now, how do we show that? In texts, the words help us see opinions. So words like accuse, allege, argue, assume, believe, blame, charge, claim, conclude, consider, criticize, doubt, imagine, interpret, perceive, regard, seem, suggest, think, or view. All of these words help us see that the author is giving an opinion. It's important to know the meanings of these words. For example, the driver blamed the weather for the accident. What is the driver's opinion about the accident? It was because of the weather. The police doubt the weather was the cause. So they doubt, that shows their opinion. They don't agree that the weather was the cause. And suggest, this is their opinion, that the driver may have been talking on his phone. So even in a simple few sentences like this, we understand what the driver's opinion is and the police's opinion is. We also have nouns that show opinions, and we can see the relation to the verbs: accuse, accusation; alleged, allegation; analyze, analysis; argue, argument; assume, assumption; believe, belief; blame and blame; charge, charge; claim, claim; conclusion; criticize; doubt, idea; impression; interpret, interpretations; judge, judgment; notion, notion means idea; opinion, perception; a theory is an opinion, a scientific opinion; thought, view. Let's look at an example. Allegations. Allegations means blame. It's them, pointing the finger. Have been made that the driver was talking on his phone. Here we don't know who is making the allegation, whose opinion it is. This assumption, what assumption, talking on his phone, is based on the driver's previous record. So even though we don't know who is giving an opinion, it is someone's opinion, probably the police. Sometimes markers of contrast help us see different opinions because they contrast ideas. Words like, but, I love ice cream, but it makes me fat. However, in theory and in practice, on one hand, on the other hand, yet. So if we look here, most people believe common belief, common opinion, that drinking juice is just as good as eating fruit. This is what most people believe. Oh, I'll have some apple juice instead of eating an apple. However, contrast, we know that there's a different idea, a different opinion. Doctors claim there is not sufficient fiber and too much sugar in juice. So here we have two opinions, what most people think and what doctors claim. And again, what is the authors? Well, most people, common belief, the doctors are the experts. So this would probably be the opinion that the writer would agree with. And again, we also see other words that show us opinions. Accuracy, defect, drawback, error, fallacy, from fault, flaw, illusion, conception, or myth. Conception. Myth means wrong. Wrong conception. Misinterpretation. Wrong understanding. Like mistake, shortcomings, trap, validity, weakness. His weakness is, that's the author's opinion. So let's look at an example. The government has a new health plan that has several shortcomings. Problems. One of the drawbacks, one of the problems, is the cost, which is a major flaw. So we see that the writer doesn't like this health plan. And again, we have adjectives. If we say something is defective or erroneous, wrong, or false, or faulty, or flawed, or flawless, meaning it's perfect, or mistaken, or questionable, all of these words show an opinion. The need for the new plan is justified because the current plan is flawed. There's something wrong with it. The new proposal is serious and convincing. So we know what the writer thinks about the new proposal, the new plan. It's serious and it's convincing. That's the writer's opinion. Now let's look at a whole paragraph and how we can see the unfavored and favored view. It seems, not it is, but it seems to be a reasonable assumption that the healthcare problems in developing nations are very different from those that face industrial nations. However, something new, something in contrast. If we would be seriously mistaken if we accept this assumption. No, this idea isn't right. In fact, the reality is that the healthcare systems throughout the world are facing many of the same general challenges and some of the same specific problems. AIDS, for example, is a major threat in both industrial and developing nations. So we see how the paragraph is divided. First, the common belief. Second, the author's favored belief, what he or she believes. So when we read, we need to pay attention. Is there opinion? What is the opinion? What opinions are being expressed? And what is the favored opinion? What opinion does the author like the best?